Hi, welcome back to Bounce Forward with me, your host, Tiff. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which I'm recording this podcast, the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. I pay my respects to elders past and present. Jake popped up with a great question. Hey, Tiff. Wanting to look into some good wearable tech to track my exercise and my training, but I'm not really sure what I need and what is best. What type of wearables do you use, and what would you suggest for both someone who's just enjoying their gym sessions compared to like an elite athlete? Now, this is such a great question because there's so many tech options out there and you can get really high tech with it. I love wearing the Apple Watch, but for more serious elite athletes, I'd recommend the Whoop Band. But let's take a look at both because I didn't want to really analyze anything that I haven't used or I haven't looked at. There's also the Oura rings, which are really good. My dad uses an Oura ring, which tracks your sleep and your recovery and everything. So a ring can be a great option as well. But I really like the Apple heart rate monitor. It's found in the Apple Watch, and you've got the Whoop Band, which has different functionalities and focus areas. So I thought I'd just compare them a little bit. So the Apple Watch is a smartwatch. It includes wide range, as you know, of features beyond tracking, such as notifications, apps, integrations, and stuff. So it's very versatile and it's very good for everyday wear as well as everyday sort of fitness activities. So you're running, you're indoor cycling, you're outdoor cycling, you're strength training, your HIIT sessions. Whereas the Whoop Band is a fitness tracker focused specifically on performance optimization. It really does track your sleep as well as your recovery, which the Apple Watch doesn't do. It doesn't really tell you much about your recovery. It does not have a screen or traditional smartwatch features. It is literally a band, and it's designed to be minimalist and geared entirely towards continual health tracking. Now, I really like the Whoop Band as well because of that recovery aspect. You can see how recovered you are and when you're ready to go again with the training. As far as the fitness tracking goes, the Apple Watch has your heart rate monitoring, your activity tracking, your additional features such as ECG app and blood oxygen monitoring, and integrates GPS really well when you're outdoors, which is great. The Whoop Band has heart rate monitoring, provides 24/7 heart rate monitoring with a focus on variability, your HRV, to gauge recovery and readiness for training. So it's a little bit different. And it's also got the activity tracking, which is great for looking at impact on the body, calculating strain scores that can help users decide how hard to train based on how well they've recovered, which is a really great, I'll use the word holistic approach again, because it is about your mental, physical readiness to go again in exercise. The recovery focus is great. So it emphasizes recovery metrics, including sleep quality, physiological data, and optimized performance. And I really love that. It is a little bit different to get used to because the Apple Watch, you know, you got your full color display and it's all very beautiful. But the Whoop Band, it's got no physical display. It is just a band and you get it all the information on your smartphone, okay? The Whoop Band also has a longer battery life, which I really love, up to 5 days, which is really cool. So there's no hassles with like charging or whatever. But the main difference is that with the Apple Watch, it's just a one-time purchase. But with the Whoop Band, it operates on a subscription model. So you've got to be ready for that and to, you know, commit to a membership plan. Look, the analytics is really good for the Whoop Band, but I think it's quite elite. As far as like a day-to-day thing, tracking your steps, tracking how many calories you're doing in a workout, you know, just different types of workouts and your heart rate. The Apple Watch is great. I really don't think you need to get more techie than that. If you are looking at training for a marathon or wanting to take your training to a next level, then you do need to look at your recovery. You do need to look at your readiness for the next workout, and that's where the Whoop Band comes in handy and may be more suited to your needs because it's about performance and training optimization and that recovery. So it really is depending on your goals and where you're at with your health and fitness journey, but they're two of my favorites, and I hope that's helped a little bit. Steph came to me with a great question. Tiff, I've been doing some research and shopping around looking for decent recovery products. I've seen massage guns in Kmart and even some red light therapy belts. What would you recommend that's good to use for home recovery? And does it matter if you have a cheaper version of them? Oh, such a great question, because my Lord, some of the massage guns can be like $1,000, $1,200. So the percussive therapy devices, massage guns, have become very popular for muscle recovery, enhancing performance, and reducing pain amongst fitness enthusiasts as well as elite athletes. And there's some key benefits to using one of the massage guns. So it reduces lactic acid buildup, which is really great. After intense physical activity, it breaks down the accumulated lactic acid in the muscles, which can bring about that soreness and that stiffness if not addressed. So they're really helpful in that respect. It increases lymphatic circulation and increases blood flow. And you really want to look at circulation, because the vibrations and the pulsations from the massage gun can really target areas to enhance that blood flow and deliver oxygen and nutrients needed for muscle recovery. And that reduces inflammation and therefore reduces the delayed onset muscle soreness. You don't want to get the stiffness and the DOMS, the delayed muscle soreness. So using something like a therapy gun, a massage gun, will help stop that and break down the muscle tissues and help you feel a lot better and less stiff. And it also can improve range of motion. So it can give you better flexibility and help those tight muscles and loosen them up and break up adhesions and scar tissue. And they can be really helpful for improving flexibility, which is great, as well as what my husband uses it for, to alleviate stress and tension. It's relaxing, the rhythmic hammering. You can put it like on your traps and in your neck, and it acts as a deep tissue massage, which is really therapeutic and relaxing and helps with overall body stress. And, elite athletes use it a lot to prevent injury. So it's part of their warm-up routine. It really reduces injury by increasing that elasticity in muscles and really making sure you stimulate the muscles before and warm them up before you train. It's portable, it's convenient, and some of them are cost effective. I wouldn't mind getting a cheaper one. Honestly, they're so good now. Back in the day, they were super expensive and there were no cheap alternatives. But now I reckon that it doesn't matter which ones you get. A cheaper alternative will work just as well. You also asked about red light therapy belts. Yeah, they're great. They're just like having a bit of a sauna on your tummy or wherever you want to put the belt. Red light does help with muscle soreness as well, with recovery, detoxing the skin a little bit. I think they're great. I would give them a go. As far as the essentials for home recovery, like if you needed a home recovery kit, I would just go a foam roller, old school, but works so well. A massage gun, absolutely. Go for the cheapest. It doesn't have to be elaborate. And some tennis balls for some trigger point therapy are really the easiest things you can do for a home recovery kit. And it would cost you under $50, and that's all you need. So Steph, don't go decadent. Don't waste your money on the best of the best recovery tools, because honestly, it can be a $5 foam roller from Kmart and it will work just as well as a $1,000 therapy gun. Trigger point therapy, you get these knots in your muscles. They can be really painful. And if you get the right spot with a tennis ball and work into it, the release is so sweet. And you need to stay really hydrated, because the muscle can release a lot of toxins when you get into that trigger point. All you need to do is, for 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, just roll yourself on the ball. So maybe you're working into your glute, so you just roll over the glute, the area that you want to release, or maybe it's your shoulder. So I'd lie down on a tennis ball and roll against that. Or sometimes you can get the tennis ball and put it against a wall and roll against the wall to release the trigger point. And your body's amazing. It's made up of all these trigger points that can really make you feel quite unwell if you have severe muscle soreness. So working into those trigger points can really help alleviate stress and tension, as well as make you feel amazing because they release the toxins that muscle's holding on to so hard. Thanks so much for listening to Bounce Forward. I really love having your company, so please DM me on Instagram at tiffhall_xo and let me know what topics and questions you'd love me to answer. Don't forget to rate and review me on your podcast app. Speak soon. Happy days.